What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome to my new video where today I will be showing you how to make a proper FastPlace check by using samples. I'm sorry for my voice, by the way, I just woke up. Anyways, so long ago when I was first making Alice, I was testing Carho and Meow, I think, yeah. And when I was trying to use FastPlace, I saw on the debug that they were using samples. And at first, I was confused. I was like, what? Why are they using samples for such a basic check, Don't you just need to use the flying packet and check if they send 2 packets, blah, blah, blah? No. 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 Because if the player lags and he's, oh shit, ghost block. If the player lags and he's placing blocks, the moment he unlags, if that's a word, all of those packets are going to be sent at once, which means he's going to get banned, and yeah, he's going to get fucked pretty much. And that's a ghost block. Okay. Let me know if you guys want a tutorial on how to make a ghost block processor. Anyways, so yeah, today we're going to be making a sample-sized FastPlace check that actually works and accounts for lag, and we're not going to be using transactions, and we are going to make this for both 1.8 and 1.9 plus. So yeah, let's get going with the video. Alright, so we have the testing annotation. We're going to make this an interact check in the world category, since that's what it pretty much is. And let's put a description, checks for FastPlace. Alright. And we're going to be listening for, well, pretty much 2 packets. If packet is block place, or a packet is a use item, since in 1.9 plus this is the packet that gets sent when you right click with a block. Actually, we're going to also need 2 variables. Private long last time, and yeah, that's good for now. So for this check, usually you should be using the flying packet to check for the time between the block placements, or if you have a transaction manager that consistently sends transactions, then you can use that as well. But we are lazy and I do not use transactions, so we are going to be using timestamps. I know, it's a very bad way to do things, but for this check it doesn't really matter since we are going to account for lag anyway. So we made a variable called time, which is the long, and we getting the timestamp of the packet, which is pretty much system.currentTime millis. But we're not doing, the reason we're not doing system.getCurrentTime millis instead of packet.getTimestamp, it's because in my base I set the timestamp as soon as the packet is being received by the server, since this Anticheat is multi-threaded. So that means we're not going to be checking we have an actual timestamp of when the packet is being received by the server. By the time it gets sent through the thread, and it goes through the thread, and then the for loop starts and the checks actually start to run, some of the milliseconds might change from my testing. So that's why I do it like that, for more precision pretty much. So we're gonna need a variable called time, which we just made, and a variable called last time equals this as last time, and then we'll set the last time to time. Alright, now we're going to get the difference between those times. So final long delta, which means difference, equals time dot minus last time. And let's also make another variable called last delta. Final long last delta equals this last delta. This last delta equals delta. Okay. So what we're going to do now to show you how much this check can be problematic. We're not going to use samples right now. First, we're going to do it the bad way. So we're going to debug the delta, and let's also debug last delta. Okay, so I'm going to see you guys in game and show you. Alright, so as you guys can see, if I go ahead and right click, since the packet is being sent, as you can see, we can see the difference and the last difference between the timestamps. So as you can see, if we haven't been placing for a long time, the difference is very big, obviously. But if we go ahead and spam it, ouch, my finger hurts, hold on. As you can see, the difference is always, oh god, Windows, okay. As you can see, the difference is always around 50, and sometimes it can go lower. But if we go, it's almost never 0, and right now we're not lagging, obviously. So if we go ahead and use FastPlace with a speed of 0, as you can see, it's very blatant. The speed is very low. It even goes down to, wait, where is it? 39, 37, and yeah. And of course, oh yeah, right now it's 1. But the problem is, as you can see, obviously, yeah, you can make a check with this and detect this and blah blah blah. But let's go ahead and use clumsy. So let me just lag myself. Give it some time. Okay, our ping is going up. Okay, so if I go ahead and spam it right now, I'm playing legit. As you can see, we have a very huge problem. The delta sometimes is 0 because the packets are being spammed by us, basically. Or 1, and yeah. You know, we can easily get false band with this. So I'm going to go ahead and filter this, and I'll show you guys what you need to do. Right now we're not lagging. So yeah, let's go ahead and make this a proper check. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a sample list pretty much, private final sample list, and I will show you guys what this is, which is going to store long values. Samples equals new sample size, sample list, got. And we're going to use a sample size of 10, and what this is, it's pretty much a linked list, but yeah, it's pretty much my own linked list. You can guys go ahead and copy this. I found it very helpful when it comes to making sample size checks. Pretty much we define a value, and if it's collected, it's going to, you know, clear everything and then add it all over again. Otherwise, just going to add it. And yeah, or you can put true in the constructor and just going to remove the first one. And yeah, anyway. So right now that we have that, let's remove this, and we're going to check if the delta is greater than 5L, which means they are, well, if it's lower than that, it's pretty much a clear indicator that they are, you know, lagging. And even if you're using FastPlace, the delta is very unlikely to go below 5, with my testing at least, and with many clients that I've tested. And the delta is not equal to the last delta, since as you saw previously when we were, you know, lag spiking, it's very common for the delta to be equal to the last delta, which can be problematic. Sorry. So we're going to do these samples add delta. So a small note about this. For this example, as I said before, we are not using a proper way to check for lag. We're not using the flank packet, and we're not using the, wait, what's up with this? Oh, okay. So yeah, since we're not using neither of them, and we're just using timestamps, we have to do this in order to make this safe. Can this be bypassed? Probably yes. Is this safe? Probably yes. So yeah, we're going to be using that. And we're going to check if these samples are not collected. We're going to return for now, and we're going to let it fill up. And now we are going to need a few methods. Let me just go ahead and grab them. Okay. Alright. Let's paste them right here. Let me just import all the things that it needs. Fast math. So we need a method to get the deviation by using the variance. And I'm pretty sure you guys have some sort of similar methods already. The get average long is pretty much we're getting the average. You know, you can do that using streams, but I have a better stream library that I made with GTX long ago and flag code, and it's much faster than using a stream, so that's why I'm using these methods, you know, everywhere. So yeah, you can go ahead and copy paste them, whatever. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you probably have a better way to get the, you know, the standard deviation, but you know, I saw this in a Java math blog or whatever it's called, and I found it. You know, this is pretty much what we need. Okay. I just woke up. I suck at English. So we are going to get the deviation once the samples are collected. Final double deviation, which is pretty much the standard deviation from these values. Oops, no, we're not going to use Matthew Chills. We have it right here. Get deviation, these samples. And we're going to get the average. So we'll do get average long. So now we have the average delta from the samples and the deviation. And we are going to go ahead and broadcast so you guys can see what's up with this. So deviation and average. And someone's calling me. Okay, now is not the good time to talk. Okay. Anyways, I'll see you guys in game. Alright. Oh my god, my voice. Anyways. So we're now in game, and as you can see, if I go ahead and do it consistently, the deviation is not that low, which means we are not, you know, clicking pattern changes, and the average is always around, you know, above 50. But if we go ahead and use FastPlace, as you guys can see, it's very blatant. It's very obvious that, you know, something's going on in here. And yeah, we can easily detect this. If we go ahead and legit, as you can see, you know, it went down, but like the average is still very high. So even if you go ahead and, you know, click very fast, oh, I just had a lag spike, it still doesn't change much, you know. We can filter this, we can like detect this. And if I go ahead and use clumsy, this is where the real problem starts. So let me just go ahead and, oof, there we go. Ouch, my finger. Ouch. As you can see, if we go ahead and lag, the deviation is still very high because the duplicated values are not getting added to the list. And it's probably less than 5, so it doesn't matter how hard we lag, it's not going to be added to the list. Okay, I'm done. It hurts. So we are now going to, I will show you guys how you're going to flag for this. So let's go back to IntelliJ. Alright, so let's go ahead and flag for this. So we're going to check if the deviation is greater than 0, since no matter what client you're using, no matter what FastPlace you're using, the deviation should never be 0. And sometimes if the player is lagging like extremely hard, it might be 0. So we're just going to do this for, you know, to be safe. So if the deviation is higher than 0 and the deviation is less than... Okay, let's go for something high, and I'm going to show you guys what the safest value in my opinion is. So we're going to check if it's less than, let's do 4.75. If it's less than that, and the average is less than 65, then we're going to fail the check, and let's put the variables, deviation and average. Actually, let's go ahead and do that because we don't want to cross the line. So this is not the safest way to do this. This is going to detect a little bit more, but in my opinion, this should be around 1.5 to 2. Or if you want to go in between, you can do 1.75. Um, in my opinion, since we're using timestamps here, we don't have a proper way to check if the player is lagging. In production, things are way different than when we're testing, obviously. So, yeah, this should be the value that you're going to flag for if you want to make this check bufferless, of course. If you want it to detect a little bit more, you can do like 5 and like put a small buffer. Or if you have a better way to test if the player is lagging, then you can use that as well. But, for this example, I'm just showing you, how a FastPlace check should look like since, with samples and yeah. Anyways, so let's go back to 4.75 and I'm going to compile and I'll see you guys in game. Alright, so let's go ahead and use FastPlace. We're going to use speed 0. And it should flag after a while. Yeah, there you go. As you can see, we're using, speed 0 obviously. It's very blatant. And yeah, it seems to work. Let's check the debug. Yeah, as you can see, the deviation is way lower. And let's go ahead and try speed 1. Yep, it still flags. I believe if we go at higher speed, it's not even FastPlace at that point. Let me go ahead and check. Speed 2. Yeah, as you can see, like, you can do that legit. This is like, this is insanely slow. But if we go speed 1, it should, yep, it flags. Now, let's try to false this. Okay, so first, let's try without clumsy. So let me just prepare my fingers. Okay. I'm using these mouses where, the Hypixel kids are like, oh, I clicked 2000 CPS on Hypixel, why am I getting banned? Yeah. Okay, let me just butterfly click. Ah, shit. Okay, that hurts. Okay, let me try clumsy now. Okay, we're going to lag ourselves. Give it some time. Okay. Okay, we're really lagging now. Let's see. Oh, God, that hurts. Ouch. Okay, let's try building. Hold on. We just. As you can see, we're building very fast. Let me just. Ow! Ah, that hurts again. I'm gonna have to stop now. Okay, I'm gonna turn off clumsy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. As you can see, even if we used a value that is considered non-safe in my opinion, the 4.75 deviation. I believe you should still go lower. Like right now at 4.75 deviation, it's still a very strict check, especially due to it being bufferless. I believe the deviation that you should check for should be around 1.5 to 1.75. In my testing, these are the safest values to use in production. And obviously there are certain clients I've also tried. I forgot the name of the client, but there was a client that had a randomization on its FastPlace, and it didn't seem to bypass, even though the check can be easily bypassed if if your FastPlace has a randomization mode, which basically randomizes the time between placements, meaning the deviation is going to go up. But although I think maybe the client was just broken, or maybe I'm just bad at configuring clients. But anyway, I mean, this is just the concept of how a FastPlace check should work. I'm sure you can. I'm sure there's like 1,000 ways to make this a lot better, but I'm just it's still a pretty good check. And if you go if you put a safe value, you can even make this bufferless. And feel free to just experiment and see what value works best for you. And yeah, I mean, if a client really wants to randomize and do all those advanced shit just for a fucking, you know, FastPlace module, then you know what, whatever, go for it, be my guest. Bypass my FastPlace check, I don't care. And yeah, we're gonna try again. Oops, that's fast break. Let's use speed 1. As you can see, it works perfectly. And even though this isn't the fastest, as you can see, there's a small delay between block placements, but our average is way low, which is almost impossible, and our deviation is also very low. So that's why putting a lower deviation will for sure detect way less, but it will be way safer to use in production. And someone is calling me. Hold on. Okay, now is not a good time. Why does everything happen when I record anyways? So yeah, that's the check. If you guys liked the video, make sure to subscribe, like, share this to your friends, your grandma, your cousins, your whatever. And yeah, let me know in the comments what type of check would you like to see next. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.